We don't have a supply chain, we have a surprise chain. You're never quite sure what's going to turn up.
Hello and welcome to Coffee with Switzer, and I'm going to be talking to Gerry Andersen, who's the CEO of Foodbank in New South Wales, ACT. Gerry, thanks for joining us.
Peter, thanks for the opportunity.
Okay, so this is Coffee with Switzer, and I guess coffee's close to being food, so this is a real nice link. Foodbank, where did the idea come from, and what do you actually do?
Foodbank was started in America 50 years ago. And Charles Scarf and Dominic Perrottet's dad, John Perrottet, saw it and brought it to Australia in 1992.
Right.
It started off as Foodbank Sydney and then just evolved. I took over running it in New South Wales in 2009.
Okay, and there's food banks in every state?
Foodbank, yeah, look, we're a federated group like the Federated States of Australia. So in a simple term, I'm the Berejiklian of the Foodbank world.
Okay. Yeah, very similar types too, Gerry. Now, a lot of people would have their notion of what you do. In a nutshell, what does Foodbank do?
Foodbank's primary cause and need is to provide food to hungry Aussies. In the process, we also save product from landfill. So in New South Wales last year, we provided 20 million meals, but we saved 17 million kilograms of CO2 emissions.
Okay, so where do you get the food from and who do you give it to?
Look, where we get it from is our major partner is the Australian Food and Grocery Council, who are headquartered in Canberra. About 98% of all the food and grocery manufacturers are members, so we get it from them and then we supply it to charities. So in a simple way, we're the pantry to the welfare sector.
But why do these manufacturers give you food?
Some of it's a bit short on code, so all the retailers demand 70% or 75% of the known shelf life on a product. If it's only got 50% of that, the chances are they won't take it. It comes to us.
So if something is say a couple of weeks off being passed by the use-by date,
or best before.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, and we've got a set of guidelines we've agreed with the manufacturers.
Yep.
So all of that product comes that way. Secondly, we've got a program called Waste Not Want Not with the farming community in the Riverina.
Yep.
So product that might be too big, too little, too fat, got a sun spot on it or something that normally would just get thrown out comes to us.
Gerry, what about the drought? Has this started taking a lot more attention away from some areas, and you guys have been throwing as much as you can at the farmers who are really in trouble in the drought areas? Yeah,
we are. A crew of us were in Dubbo the Monday before last.
Yep.
And the guys went up on Sunday. We took 15 tonne of fruit and veg up and a couple of big pallets of water to just give away to the farming communities, not only farmers, but the whole community.
Yeah.
And that was part of that Channel 9 drought telethon, and we were part of that.
Yep.
And look, the interesting thing is we've got a business that's got soul. And why I say that is all my crew who went up there, including a truck driver, took a big truck up, and some of my produce guys went up there, and I flew up on the Monday morning because I had a Sunday commitment. And I said to the guys on Monday morning, I said, guys, I will make sure you get paid properly for what you did yesterday, and that, including the truck driver and all that. And they all looked at me as one, and there were 6 of them, and said, you don't need to pay us anything. We're happy that to be our contribution to the drought.
So how many people do you employ, and where do you get the money to do all this?
Look, we employ 30 people, 27 are based in our Glendenning warehouse. 3 of them, we've got an office at Sydney Markets where one of our produce guys is. Another one is based in Griffith, looking after produce. And then I've got another roving guy who roves around all the food companies in Australia.
Yeah.
How we fund what we do, 40% of what we do we give away, right? And that's fruit and veg and all bread we give away. All of the rest we charge a handling fee for. And last year, in that handling fee, it averaged 35 cents a kilo. So we deliberately run it as a business. When I took over, we were sort of looking at about 2,900 tonne for the year. The year we've just finished, it was 12,000 tonne.
Yeah, great growth.
Yeah, great growth. But we built the warehouse to take 20,000 tonne. So it's already there, so we can expand into that, because 40% of the need for food relief in Australia is still unmet.
Yeah, it's staggering. Now, you've won the Telstra Business Award, I guess in the not-for-profit section?
Yeah, and it was called Social Change Makers.
Yeah, okay, yep.
So there were 4 finalists.
And they all would have been good, I would imagine.
Yeah, great. And look, there's a child brain cancer and the group that looks after helping women sort of go back into the workforce and things like that. And look, they're all great causes. We were pretty proud to win it.
And I would say you're probably the most loved bank in the country at the moment.
Well, as I was saying to you earlier, John Robertson, who used to be the leader of the opposition, is my 2IC.
Right.
And Robbo's parting comment when he left Parliament in August last year was that, unlike the previous Premier, I've gone to a bank that people like, Foodbank.
Well, let's have a coffee, mate, and thanks for joining us on Coffee with Switzer.
Thanks, Peter.
That's Gerry Andersen of Foodbank. Thanks for joining us.